This is the Sauder Harvey Park 6-drawer dresser. Looking at it right now, it's this long, solid dresser with a modern look, about 60 inches across, finished in this really nice warm Grand Walnut color. Right away, that wood tone drew me in. I'd spent weeks looking for a dresser that actually felt premium and didn't just look cheap like so many others out there. I was worried because I've bought flat pack furniture before, and honestly, sometimes it feels barely a notch above temporary. So, I had my doubts at the start. When the dresser arrived, it was in a couple of manageable boxes. I was glad about that, but I'll admit, seeing all those pieces and hardware made me pause for a second. Assembly required always sounds innocent until you've got a bunch of panels laying across your floor. But Sauder used what they call a patented T-lock system for assembly, and, from my experience, it actually saved me some headache. The instructions are pretty clear, and I really recommend laying everything out before you start. Using my power drill sped things up a lot. The whole thing took me a few hours, longer than I'd like, but not impossible, even if you're not a pro at building furniture. One thing that really eased my mind is how sturdy this thing feels once it's together. I gave it the wobble test, just pushing here and there, opening up all the drawers, and nothing creaked or felt off balance. Safety is actually a key feature with this one. They've tested the dresser for stability, so it's not just going to tip over if someone grabs a drawer or a kid tries to climb up. The drawers only slide out so far, which helps reduce accidents. It's obvious they put thought into that. Let's talk about the design for a second. I'm a huge fan of the modern look. Smooth lines, a clean silhouette, and no chunky hardware sticking out. What caught my eye was the subtle detail on the drawer fronts. It's minimal, but gives just enough character so the dresser isn't boring. The Grand Walnut finish really does look upscale in person. It brings a cozy and classy vibe to my bedroom. Functionally, this dresser is super practical. The 6 drawers are deep and wide, fitting everything from jeans to thick sweaters, and I still have space to organize smaller things like t-shirts and socks. For me, a big part of deciding on a piece of furniture is, can it actually hold what I need? I don't want a massive piece that's all look, no storage. With this one, every drawer counts, and they glide smoothly every time I slide them in and out. There's nothing worse than fighting with a stuck drawer just to grab a shirt, but I haven't had any issues there. I'd recommend this for anyone who wants a dresser that doesn't sacrifice usability for style. It's perfect for people who prefer a modern, streamlined bedroom but still need a lot of storage. I even think it could work in a guest room or a nursery. The top surface has enough space for a lamp, a few keepsakes, or your daily stuff like a phone or watch tray. I keep my morning coffee here with a small plant, and it hasn't gotten scratched yet, though I do take care not to drag things across the surface. However, I did read some reviews where people mentioned that the finish can be scratch-prone. That's probably true for most dressers if you're careless, but if you're worried, putting a piece of glass or a runner on top could help protect it. For daily use, I just use a microfiber cloth and wipe it down. It helps the dresser keep its original look, and I think it will keep looking nice for a long time. Something I was a bit concerned about before buying was the material. This is made from engineered wood, not solid hardwood. I know some people get picky about this, but I honestly can't tell much of a difference in how it looks for more expensive pieces. It feels sturdy, and at this price point, getting something that looks this good and holds up for everyday use is a serious win in my book. It's worth noting that, when I first assembled it, there was a bit of a wood odor, but it faded after the first few days with windows open. I've had no lingering smell since. Another question I had was how well the drawers would work over time. Some dressers have drawers that get stuck or don't sit flush after a few months, but so far, these have stayed perfectly aligned and they run smoothly on the metal tracks. Assembly was a bit of a process, but every piece fit where it should. If you're a beginner, just take your time and follow the instructions step by step. From my experience, the dresser is also pretty easy to keep clean. The finish doesn't show much dust, and I've just been using a regular dry cloth to wipe it down every week or so. I haven't used any polish yet, but I think applying a wood-safe polish every now and then would be a good idea to keep the color rich. The manufacturer recommends dry cloth only, which is easy enough for anyone. I do wish maybe the dresser was a tad lighter, but the weight actually helps it stay solid and grounded. If you're planning to move it around your room every month, just keep that in mind. It's sturdy, but definitely not a featherweight. For safety, I would recommend anchoring it to the wall if you have small kids at home, although I haven't felt mine get unsteady at all. For those wondering about the size, This dresser is about 60.7 inches wide, 16.5 inches deep, and just over 30 inches tall. So it's definitely big enough to fit a lot, but not so oversized that it takes up half the room. I have an average-sized bedroom, and it fits against the wall without making things feel cramped. I can still move around and open all my other furniture too. If you have limited closet space, or just like to keep things organized, this is a really solid option. One last thing I'll mention is that the manufacturer includes a 5-year limited parts warranty. That gave me a bit of extra peace of mind, especially since I use my furniture for years. If something does go wrong, Sauder's customer service is there to help. In my opinion, this dresser brings together everything I wanted: style, storage, and solid build quality, all at a fair price. It looks way more expensive than it costs, feels secure, and keeps my stuff organized without any hassle. The Grand Walnut color is rich and really helps my room feel more put together. From my experience, I'd recommend this for anyone tired of flimsy, outdated storage in their bedroom and ready for something that blends style and function. In conclusion, the Sauder Harvey Park 6-drawer dresser for bedroom wooden dressers and chest of drawers in Grand Walnut is a smart choice if you're searching for something that actually delivers on looks and practicality. Assembly takes some patience, and you'll want to be a little careful to avoid scratches. But I'm honestly impressed every time I walk into my room and see it all set up. Check the comments of this video for a link to see the current pricing of the Sauder Harvey Park 6-drawer dresser. Thank you for watching.